So I just wanted to play something today. Seemed fitting for this game. It was cheap. I don't have all of the DLC, but I don't know how long I'll play it anyways. Something kind of just zone out type of game, I would assume. I've seen people play it before, but yeah, first time trying it out. Oops, I need to fix something here. Put that over here. Unlock something. Might have to adjust the audio a bit and such as well. I did add it as an audio source, so at the very least it should play. We'll see. It's kind of odd that there's no start screen music. Anyways, that looks good. This is actually working. Yes. Alright, that was weird. Pop out chat. Yeah, I still need to look for some type of better solution for multi-stream chat. Yeah, I don't know. That looks good, that looks good. Alright. This is the first time playing this game. I mean, obviously I've played some games like this, but I'm not especially good at gaming, especially these days. See what happens. I have an Xbox controller. This is the Cosmic one. I think it was called Cosmic something. Cosmic Stardust, maybe. Something like that. Alright, so we've got ones that I can't use, and then Antonio. Let's see. Looking at the wide. Sorry, I'm gonna end up dying here. There it is. Maybe that's a little too loud. Compared to my voice, maybe. It's hard to tell. Oh, and it's doubling the audio, of course. That's so weird. It's a beta feature in Twitch. I mean, what I'm saying in OBS to do application audio capture beta. I mean, application audio capture, and then it's a beta. Just trying to survive. Yeah, it's hard for me to know if it sounds decent, but it's probably okay. Alright. Wow, this is kind of weird. Alright. Maybe I should not waste my time with the... So I can't use the slashing move downward. Interesting. This definitely does not feel like how I imagined it would. Jeez. So I just have to sit here and no chat wait. It's funny. I'm probably just gonna pick the first one every time. It is so weird that okay, that was good. So it just stops moving when you look downwards. Yeah, I might have to turn that stream integration thing off. Oh wow, that was terrible. I don't know what this thing does. Oh. Okay, now I know what it does. Health pack. Wait, can I shoot downwards with the swipe thing? Guessing no. I don't know what that... Like, what is that? Can I pick my own stuff? No. Unless I type it in. One. Whoops. Okay, that was a bad idea. Kind of screwed. Oh. Okay. Chicken. Yeah, I might have to turn off that integration. It just makes it useless in my case. Nice. Some Haichu. Okay. Nope. No, it does randomly pick. So I'm wondering why this circle is on my screen. I don't know. It's really stupid looking. Co-op educator. Tint UI selection. Oh, there we go. Maybe I'm using the joysticks wrong. Because both of them move the character. Crap. Didn't make it. Okay, I'm kind of screwed. It's actually not what I expected. Doesn't feel right. Let's see if that makes a difference. So I think this was the default. No, it's still pausing him. Guess is if I use the joystick and the D-pad, it kind of works. It doesn't slow down. But when I use the two analog sticks, they counteract each other. Very much not what feels intuitive. So you always have to be Mess. Okay. Yeah, using the joypad and the geez, my brain is analog stick in the D-pad seems to be a little bit better. The D-pad on the Xbox controller sucks pretty bad. So I would prefer to use the two analog sticks, but yeah. No, that was terrible. Alright. You need blue things. Juke 'em. I probably need these more than the blue things. Maybe it's just not designed to let you direct things in certain directions. It's hard to say. But yeah, I'm not super thrilled with the control scheme on this. Definitely doesn't feel like a twin stick shooter. Which maybe it wasn't meant to be, but it's like whatever direction you're moving. And then some of them it looks like they automatically attack anything close to it. Oh, I'm almost dead again. Okay, going in there is probably a bad idea. Praying mantis. That was a bad idea. Woohoo. Garlic. Okay. Ate all of my high juice. No. A Bible or something. Oh, that was it. Okay. Oh, I get it. Sword dude. Hercules. Okay, this one's already better. Because they auto-direct, maybe? No, maybe it's just where I'm facing. But it's not limited to one plane. Conan. Chicken Bonanza. Downer. Random number. So you can kind of cheat it a little bit, but you're still going to be moving in the wrong direction. Chicken. Turkey. No, he's turkey. Yeah, I feel like this must have been a small developer effort. One guy or something. One woman. I'll have to look it up at some point. The Twitch integration thing is pretty cool though, I have to say. They must have some type of, or they're using Steam servers or something to make that work. Or, no, actually, it's probably my game reading the Steam chat. So, yeah, maybe that is something you don't need a secondary server for, now that I think about it. Not that I do any game programming these days, but I could at some point, maybe. It's more of a time justification thing. It's tough because making a game is not easy. But with the advent of all the tools and such, AI tools, and then even just game libraries and things like that, it would probably help quite a bit. I've never been especially good at math, so game programming was, I did do some of it. I made some little games and things, but even then, it can be relatively complex math. For example, I was making a real-time strategy game with a few guys. I mean, guys is in general guys. I remember one of them well, two of them specifically, and that they were actual guys. But I came into the project when it was kind of started already. Actually, I probably still have the code now that I think about it. But it's in Visual Basic, so... Anyways, simple things that you might not think of are pretty complex to do, even in just 2D. I don't know. So for example, it was a real-time strategy game, and when you select the units, you want to move them around, right? So you want them to either take a path and move and rotate themselves. You can do that by swapping the visuals so it looks like they're going in whatever direction you want them to go into. But you can also just rotate the pixels if it's like a more of a top-down thing. Yeah, I just vaguely remember some of it, but I do remember rotating the visuals rather than just swapping the... Well, no, that's not right. Yeah, we probably had different frames of, like a tank, for example. And then when it moves around the map, it needs to face a different direction. So you would need to know which direction is facing and then change the visuals to compensate, you know, for whichever direction you're going. Man, these ones take a lot of hits. Trying to think of other aspects of that game. Yeah, I had made... Well, I worked on the engine, but I also did a bunch of tools. So designing the unit structures and things like that. Because each unit would have different properties to it. Actually, I kind of want to look at the code now. See if I have it on here. But yeah, I did a unit editor. I think maybe building editor. I don't know if those were separate. They probably were. And then, oh, the map editor itself. Getting the units to move around and do pathfinding. I'm pretty sure we got that far. But we didn't get far enough to make AI for the enemies. Funny enough, I could probably take that code, put it into something like Gemini Pro, and have it finish the game for me. Kind of want to do that and see what happens. But the thing is, it's old, so getting it to even run at this point, probably have to swap it to some other, like it. Visual Basic .NET exists, but the The code was in Visual Basic like 4 or 5 or something. So it's not going to be super compatible, most likely. Especially all of the... We had used DirectX, which is a Microsoft graphics API. But it was in Visual Basic, so we used something called a type library to interface with it. So all of that stuff is probably not functional. So you have to convert that as well, of course. But DirectX still exists, so that there's going to be some equivalence. No, I'm dead again. Bro. Oh, wow. Chicken. Okay, the garlic thing is pretty nice. But I can't select anything in this mode, so it's just all random. Which is fine. Let's make a path out of here. I'm trying to think of other stuff from that game that was implemented. Obviously with the map tiles and things, it's reminding me of this with the graphic style we had in the angle that the units were at, and how they were drawn, you know, and what position the player would have been viewing it. Like not totally top down, but a little bit skewed. It wasn't isometric, but it was kind of tilted. I can use this thing to block some of them. That column was decent. Nice. Wow. Okay. Fire wand. Wings, spinach, cross. No more flamethrower. I'm almost dead again. Crap. No. No. Alright, new achievement. Survive 5 minutes. So we've got 110. I mean, I have enough money to buy whatever. Ooh, this one looks cool. Wow, that is so slow. Bro. I'm almost dead. Oh, this one is very weak to begin with. Three. Yeah, that was kind of the worst one. Probably. Oh, I guess it's not bad. It's decently fast. So looking at this one, it's clear that the enemies don't have much logic to them. They just go to the center. Or I mean to you, which is always the center. That would be easier to program, obviously, than some type of specialty AI or something. But I'm sure there are other enemies in here that do different things. Like those swarms, they move across the screen. There's probably a bunch of other ones too. Let's go with garlic. Yeah, so there's a swarm thing. Oh. So it looks like it's strong enough that the bats can't easily get to me. Clover whip. Santa water. What is that supposed to mean? Empty tome. Oh wow, I guess I can just flip and barrel. Well, not those ones. I think I might be screwed at this point. Run. Okay, that was not the smartest. I need a chicken or something. Nice. Okay, can't go that way. Yeah, maybe the garlic just doesn't, well, maybe it does work on them. Just not that well. I mean, it doesn't make sense that garlic would work on a skeleton, but hey, whatever. Oh no. That big group of blue things. Ooh. That was nothing. Big dollar sign. Chicken. Garlic, please. The knife one's okay too. Oh, nice. Thank you. Wings would be good. Spinach. Yeah, they're all fun. So I can garlic these things in a loop. Or I can leave. That's what I thought. And besides that RTS real-time strategy game I tried to do, this was in the 90s. And it wasn't just me, it was, like I said, a few guys. But I mean, I ended up doing a lot of it. And then before that, I had done like a top-down shooter with the stealth bomber that I made in pixel art. That one basically worked, but it was in Visual Basic with controls and things. I didn't draw to the screen like bitmap, bitblit. It's the type of drawing in the Windows API. But I'm pretty sure I had the little missiles coming down from the top of the screen as picture objects or something. And then I would have to check and see if they hit the ship. I should have the code of that somewhere too. But I think part of the issue, I'm pretty sure I had looked at this a while back, but part of the issue is that I had the graphics stored in the project as embedded image data in the picture objects, or picture controls, whatever you want to call them. Because it was Visual Basic, and it had its own visual component with all the form. The form is in Windows, the form is the main screen with the thing on the top. You can move the window around. Those are called forms on the developer side. So all of that picture data that I had made, it was embedded, and I looked around and didn't find the source images. They might exist in my archive, but I'm not sure. I didn't see any of it last time I looked. So I'd have to basically recreate image stuff for it. I'm not sure if I have any screenshots of the game or anything like that. But I mean, there probably really wasn't much to it in general. Although I'm pretty sure that was basically a full game where you would just shoot missiles upwards, the missiles would come downwards, and then either win or lost. It's some condition, I don't remember what it was. Yeah, so you can see these bats have a different way about them than the other characters. Some of them were just standing there. Oh my goodness. That was BS. Chicken. Need more chicken. Oh, that was a... Oh, that was bad. Crap, hit that thing. Yeah, totally botched that. Nice. Oh. Oh. Cool. Trying to think of what other games I had made. I did some Android games. Those still exist on the Android Play Store. I did do some 3D stuff. Again, this was probably back in the era of... Oh wow, that almost killed me. Yep. In the era of Visual Basic and DirectX type libraries and stuff. Hmm. So the 3D stuff, I remember making some type of maze or something. And it wasn't really a maze, but more so I didn't really get anything close to a game with that stuff. Just trying to get models on screen, make 3D models. I do think I was trying to make a Doom style, Quake style game, so having the gun on screen and all the things like a map and everything. So I do remember walking around a virtual map thing, but I don't remember how far I got with that. So with all the current tools and things, you could definitely get much further, much faster. There's so many likely free available media 3D models and things you could just use as placeholders. Chicken. Yeah, I might look at my stuff I have on this computer and see what I've got once I die on this game. Like old projects and things like that. Oh, there was an Android game that I didn't finish. I still have the code for it, and it got decent far. It was a twin stick shooter like this, and what's this? But the concept of that one was a haunted wax museum. So there would be puzzle elements and stuff to it. Doors and keys and such. So I implemented items, I implemented movement, I implemented kind of sort of the enemies. You could shoot them and they'd disappear and stuff. The map system, for the most part. But I mean, it was designed for a tablet or a phone, so the interface was screen controls. Because you'd have thumbsticks on both sides of the screen. Yeah, that worked decently well. That's another thing I'd like to see if I could use the current AI stuff to basically make it functional. Because even with the Android API, after a point, your code is basically not functional because they change it so much. So I had written it in Java, Android API, whatever it was at that time. Now they use Kotlin, which is similar to it, but I'm sure there are a bunch of differences. I don't even know what all the differences would be. I had made a bunch of the graphics for that. And it looks decent-ish. I think it was called Rumble in the Haunted Wax Museum, something like that. Oh man. But when the Android stuff I wasn't getting like a ton of installs for the other stuff, I kind of put that on the back burner. Because at one point I was trying to make the Android apps viable. And another game that I did finish, and it's on the Play Store, which I'll admit the interface isn't amazing. It's just like a snake game kind of thing where you move your character around and you have to pick up certain things, and the way it was designed is just randomized, so it would make it more and more difficult as it goes along, but there wasn't like a set level structure that was pre-hand done, which might have been part of the not fun gameplay, but it was meant just to be a time waster type thing. One of my friends did play it quite a bit. Convention scene friends. He seemed to like it. The hell is that face thing? Oh, stone mask. Sure. King Bible, Hollow Heart, Fire Wand. I'm not really into spooky games, so I don't think I have any on here. Well, maybe I have something, but I didn't even bother looking too much. I saw this in the list of Steam's things for like $3, $3.50 I think it was. And I had wanted to try it, so here we are. So far it's pretty fun. I don't really like the control scheme, because I can't easily direct things in the way that I would want to. Just using, like I said, using the 2 analog sticks, it stops your character from moving, which is really odd to me. Oh. Jeez. I mean, I feel very underpowered for whatever the heck is going on. What is that bird? That's cool. Bird that shoots missiles. I'm going to exit that thing. Cool crown, stone mask, armor. Nice. I mean, this character is pretty cool if they have a bird. I still feel very underpowered for how many enemies are on screen. Wow, that was terrible. Let's see what this book is. Sure. I need some chicken. Really, really bad. Okay, these are also very dangerous. No, I'm not going to that one. Nope. Just gonna scooch on by ya. Bro. Nice. Okay. Okay. Kill that thing. Good. Another one. Fire wand. Okay. Magic wand. Spinach. Chicken. That's nice. I'm just going to leave. Wow. I need chicken. Oh my goodness. Do something. L'Oreal. L'Oreal. Tome X. If it gives me that flippin' X. No, okay. Annihilate. Okay, run. I think I'm dead. There's no healing items. How do I get out of here? How do I get out of here? How do I get out of here? Through death. Yep. Alright, let me do a quick look-see here. Coding. Okay, one thing I made was a Java-based image resizing thing that also made like HTML templates for a website that I had at the time. That was cool. So I see that in there. Looks like there was another program I had made, or at least partially made, that was helping me do Japanese language. Kana game. I don't think I did much with that. Made some websites, of course, at the time. In PHP, it looks like. HTML.js. Oh, that's not. Oh, I made an affiliate link helper. This is somewhat recent, 2021. I think I was converting affiliate links to, I think it was eBay changed their affiliate link thing, so all of the old ones were bad. Android stuff. Oh, I had made a not Photoshop, but it was slightly similar, more like Paint, I should say. Microsoft Paint. So I had made a program for that, and that was in Visual Basic. That was one of my early ones. I think I based it on the way that originally I started programming with a Commodore 64, but I didn't at the time. I couldn't figure out how to save stuff to the disks, so I didn't get very far with that. But eventually, I got a Windows 95 computer in 97, 96, 97. Like super late. It was probably super late, 96. But then I bought a book at Best Buy when they sold books. And it was a big, thick Visual Basic book. And I went through that on a summer or something. So that's basically how I learned programming. And that was, I mean, there's really nothing to show because I can't open it. But yeah, that's the code for it. That's in Visual Basic, whatever, version 4 or something. Maybe 5. Okay. So it looks like I tried to convert the stealth fighter game to C# at one point. That was in 2025. I think I ran into the issue of not having the graphics. Let's see. Time tracker. I don't know what that is. Supplier quote invoice program. I guess at some point I was doing that. GPS examples. Camera. Accessing the camera in Android, it looks like. Working with SQLite database. Old projects, let's see. Oh yeah, I totally forgot about that. There was a big, long running project with a friend and then this other guy. We met him at a entrepreneur mixer thing. This is a huge story revolving that one, where he eventually passed away and we didn't know what happened to him. At least we were told he passed away. We always wondered. But at this point, it was a long time ago. Let me see when this happened. If there's any dates on the files. The thing is, this version of it could be one that I was messing around with. So the file dates might be wrong, but 2012 it looks like. Maybe 2010? I think 2012. So that was however many years ago. But the gist of the program is that I had to rewrite. Of course, it fell on me because I'm the one with the abilities. That's usually the case, yeah, right? I mean, my friend tried to help as he could. At the time, he wasn't like super skilled in programming, but he eventually. I would assume now he's pretty good at it because he's continued to work in that type of stuff since then. Smarter than me. I've been still trying to do entrepreneur things and not going well. I'm still on the YouTube kick with a few YouTube channels and stuff now. I do make money at it, but it's not survivable money. So, let's see. Oh, another one. Another big project. Again, related to a few friends. One of them was the same one from the slot game project, but other ones weren't. And I started business with this other guy. Eventually ended that, and we stopped hanging out after that, basically. I've talked to him since then a little bit. But that was a mapping project, or at least it started. I've talked about these on stream before, but I'll continue to rehash it because I have things to talk about, I guess, that are related to programming and game development. And these aren't really game development, but their programming is related. So it was a JS mapping project. Then originally we were going to make Garmin GPS maps as an alternative to Garmin stuff. Obviously, that idea was bad to begin with because Garmin went after someone for doing that eventually. And just as we see now, Garmin, they're not super relevant with Google Maps and stuff now that exists. But I mean, they still exist as a product, and they have various types of products. They have they have watches now. They've got, like technical, super specific type of GPS things. They probably still have all the handheld GPS and such too, but that eventually turned into an Android app, which we did finish and we did release and we did sell a little bit, but it wasn't like a sustainable, and it wasn't close to being sustainable with the amount of time that I spent on it. So I eventually cut that off, and I was like, yeah, I can't keep doing this because I spent so much time writing this application. I mean, he did some of it, but again, it was a situation where I was the one with the ability at the level that it needs to be to do, and then he had a wife at the time. So I mean, personal things like, oh yeah, your personal life's gonna take priority for this idea, and I'm just, I'm always the monk. So I have free time, quote unquote free, but it's at a cost. So that was another one. It looks like I have a bunch of versions of that, but I basically gave him that code because that was the one that broke it off the business eventually. So I was like, hey, you can take this. You can keep my computer that I dedicated to it and such too. So I was like, there, this is not going to work. Take this as a compensation or whatever. I don't know. Oh, and another, what was NEF? Which was this? I think there was some other game I tried making with someone else. I don't even know what this is. NAFEI. This one might be in C++. I didn't usually do much C++ programming. U project. AI animations. U asset. Oh, maybe this was Unreal Engine. I messed around with that. Yeah, so I had an idea with that, and I was trying to make an Unreal Engine game without having to do specifically programming, and it kind of sort of was semi-viable, but I had some frustrations with it, and it was at the time Unreal Engine was, I don't know what state it is now, but that was 2017, and it kind of was semi-viable. But I was so frustrated with it at one point that I just was like, yeah, I don't think I'm gonna get to the point that I need to with this. Yeah, all of those graphical JS things. I had made multiple programs for that idea, and then eventually, the main one was a water level stations application on Android, which worked. I don't think it's up there anymore because he wasn't. I guess he didn't maintain it. Okay, let's see. Table of elements. So I had made an old Visual Basic program for learning about elements. That was in, see if there's any dates on it. 1998, looks like. 2001, probably 98. Yeah, I'm old. Okay, Visual VB programs. There's one of the real-time strategy game. Huh. BBDB. I don't know what that is. Oh, it's a DirectX 8 project. SJW exact. I don't know what's in there. That was probably the drawing program. VBM7. Do I dare open this? Let me switch to face cam for a second. Let's use Paint. Oh no, it's a SimCity. Maybe some type of SimCity program to mod it or something. I don't know. Taskless program. February 90. Oh, I do remember doing a really big project in one of my programming classes. It was like a veterinary database program that we did with multiple people in the class. That was pretty big. I probably still have the code for that somewhere. CDS. I have a bunch of code that's not mine, but random tutorials and things, it looks like, in zip files. Oh. A ROM website? It was just like a Super Nintendo, like small reviews for Super Nintendo games. Oh, I made a Star Trek game, Star Trek Next Generation, where you had your Enterprise moving around again with stuff coming down, and that would be cool if I could fix that. But that's in Visual Basic version 4 or 5. Programming website. Kind of curious to see what that looks like. A chat program? Oh yeah, I do vaguely remember trying to make a chat program similar to IRC. Not sure why I made that. I was probably just trying to learn about networking stuff and such. Let's see. My VB programs. Chat program conversion. I don't know what's converting. Direct 3D intermediate mode. So I was making something about that. DirectX text. So these are like projects that I was trying to learn. I mean, there's no point really showing anything here. It's just folders. So, because I can't really open those projects unless I somehow got an old IDE working, which is possible. I could go on like the Internet Archive and download Visual Basic 4 or 5 probably. I would assume it's on there. Or version 6 would probably be the smartest one. I'm kind of curious about that. See if I can do that. It's getting kind of light, so I think I'm done with the game here. Yeah, that's pretty fun. I'll probably play it again. It's a nice time waster type game. I'm sure it'd be more fun if you have an active chat and they can kind of direct how you're playing it, for better or worse. Yeah. Oh, I do remember this. I made a program where you would build rockets, like build like what you would imagine in NASA, where you add the rocket and you add the pieces of rocket and then like the other components and stuff. So I remember doing that. See if I can get these to show up. No, Windows doesn't show bitmaps anymore. That's odd. Okay, so that's a piece of the, whoops, jeez. Where is that? Anyways, I'm gonna head out. Peace.